Hello from finishfirstseo.com and welcome to today's video where we're going to discuss what are the top 7 SEO mistakes. These mistakes are based on my observations over the years on people who have been doing SEO optimization for their website and on SEO companies as well. So let's start. The number one mistake is bad on-page SEO, and this means not having the keyword in the URL, the title, meta tags, H1, H2, H3 tags, etc. And of course having a too high keyword density, for example over 4 or 5%, which is a very big number. So you have to try to make your keyword density around 1 to 2% and up to 3% if the article is very long. Now, this brings us to the next point, which is having a bad article quality, which means that the article is not readable, and this is a really downside on your visitors, and having a short length under, for example, 300 or 400 words. And then we have over optimization, which might happen from the menu section of your website, meaning from the header or from the footer, and it can happen from the sidebar and the comment section. So be careful on that, because it is very important that your team is not over optimizing your website by default. Then we have our next point, which is bad interlinking structure. And this can mean that the website does not have an existing interlinking between the articles, which is a big red flag, and you're wasting your time when you build links because the link juice is not flowing throughout your website. And the other mistake is not having a relevant interlinking or bad SEO structure, i.e. chaotic categorizing and not keeping the structure tight and relevant to your keywords and to the general main categories that you have. And we also have another mistake, which is over interlinking. And this is not good as well, because you can't interlink between your articles multiple times. Then we go to the next point, which is spamming your website. Now, this might happen from buying services from places like Fiverr or SEO Clerks or some other website which sells low quality SEO link building services. These services are usually not very good for your website because they can do more harm than good. So definitely avoid these types of websites, because the people that are selling these packages or services are not real SEO experts. I mean, what a service for $5 can do for $5 can do for your website. Then we have spamming your website on your own with low quality links and hoping that it will rank. Now, this is another common mistake where people buy few SEO tools like GSA Search Engine Ranker or some other tool, then point a mass amount of low quality links, and they get let's say good results in the beginning, and they manage to get their keywords up to page 2 or 3, and then all of a sudden the website tanks. So don't spam your website. And we have also not having an SEO strategy in place. This is a very common mistake, and you should think of an SEO strategy, and this usually is done through trial and error and a lot of testing. And we also have hiring a bad SEO company, which doesn't know what to do, which can really do more harm than good for your website. Then we have point 4, no diversification of the backlink types. Now, this might mean relying exclusively on one backlink type. For example, relying solely on Web 3.0 properties, or solely on PBN links, or solely guest posts, etc. And overusage of PBN links, or any type of link building for that matter. Now, overusing one backlink type can do again, more harm than good in the long term. Because let's say that Google is making a new update after 1 week, for example, and your backlink portfolio consists of mainly PBN links, which you have bought somewhere, it doesn't matter. And they're penalizing these links, and in other words, your website is penalized as well. So this unnatural link building profile should not be for your website. So make sure that you have a natural link building profile from a variety of links. Now we have point 5, no diversification of the anchor text. And for example, overusage of exact match anchor text. This is no longer 2011, 2012. So make sure that you use a variety of anchor text and not use just, for example, 2 types of anchor text. For example, exact match and partial match anchor text. You should use the full range of anchor texts. For example, they can be exact match, partial match, LSI keywords, random words, neck URLs, etc. Make it as random as possible and always check what is the ratio of these types of anchor text by spying your competitors. In other words, the anchor text ratio for the top, let's say for example 3 competitors, means that you should have a similar ratio of the anchor text and a similar distribution, to say it in other words. I have part 6 or point 6, which is buying black hat links and not covering your tracks. Now I am against buying black hat links, and I'm against buying any links for that matter, but if you do that, make sure that this is not for a very important website and you're just testing some things, or if you do it for an important website of yours, do take in mind that there is always a risk when buying links. Even if you're very good, there is always a risk. So this might include buying SAPE links. This is a Russian network which provides mainly footer links and some other types of links, which usually involve placing your link on a page and having a little text around this link. And you should always inspect the sites that you're buying links from, or have a really good SEO expert which is doing this part for you, if you want to buy SAPE links, of course. And now we have buying PBN links from bad PBN managers. This means that the people or the person who manages the network is not protecting the network by blocking some of the spiders that are crawling the whole network and the sites in it, and basically not having a good structure of the website and some other things that are not to be discussed in this video right now. And then we have buying guest posts in quotations, because most of the links that the guest posts links that people buy are actually PBN links. You should aim for buying only real guest posts from websites which have traffic, and this is usually done by contacting the webmasters of these websites and asking for a link, and eventually you can do link exchanges, or you can pay for placing a link on their website. And we have building a non-permanent tier 1 links, because the platforms are spammed to death and websites disappear after a while. This is especially true for GSA search engine ranker types of links. And for long-term results, you always need at least 2 permanent tiers. Do take this into account when building links and when developing a SEO strategy, because in the end of the day, what you want is to have a permanent rankings and not build links over and over and replacing dead links, which can cause a lot of trouble in the long run. And of course, we have not indexing the links and using social signals. This is very important topic which can be discussed in another video in more detail, but for now we have not indexing the links using third-party services, tiered link building or own methods. Now there are a lot of link indexing services out there, and one of the best one is perhaps Express Indexer. You can check their website, expressindexer.com. And we have few other link indexing services, but to my observations they don't work that good because Google is rolling out new updates all the time, and if you really want to get the maximum out of your link building campaigns, you should always make sure that the links that you build are indexed, and you should use whatever methods that you can think of to index them, and of course use only tested methods, but we will discuss this in another video. Then we have bad tier 2 links, i.e. using spammy links. Now pointing very spammy links to the tier 1 links will always cause trouble. So the first 2 tiers must be of very good quality, and this doesn't mean that the article should be of very good quality on the second tier link, but on the second tier platform, but what you should take into account is to have links that are permanent and don't drop that fast, because if that happens, you notice that your rankings will start to drop as well. And then we have no social signals pointing to your best links and to your website. This is a very important thing to remember, because if you want to have the maximum out of your most high quality links, you should point some social signals. So for example, these signals can be from Facebook, from Google+, from Twitter, etc. And we have the last point, which is not waiting long enough, because the results from one link building campaign carried over a period of 1 month, for example, can produce results within 2 to 6 or more weeks after the phase is over. And this is very important to know, because you must always be patient with your link building campaigns. And results are not instant, but you see that the rewards are very big if you are consistent with the link building. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos, and also visit our website at finishfirstseo.com. Check our packages, our services, and contact us today, and we will assist you ASAP and help you to rank your website higher in the search engines. Thank you for watching.